Today was a tough day. I was ready for today to be just a great day. I've kind of been on, winter break for a little bit. I mean, I've had work, but a much lighter schedule than I maintain most of the year. January is usually a pretty slow month for me just because of the markets that I'm in and the business that I run, and that used to really freak me out. But then eventually I just developed a business plan around that fact, and I started using January to get ready for the new year. I've been trying to do that, but I've been dealing with just a couple of... Being self-employed is great, but it comes with a lot of issues. Of course, you never really know where your next paycheck's going to be coming from, and because of that, you're constantly worried about finding the next gig and making sure that next month I'm gonna pay my bills. And so anyway, I woke up today, I got my iced coffee, I was all excited. I got an email that said that a major event, we had squared away all the details, we just hadn't gone through the contract process yet. Something changed for the planning of their event. The bigger the company, the bigger the corporation, that means the more people involved in planning these big events. And so sometimes you go for months in the negotiation process, and by the time you're ready to sign off and you're like, yes, I landed this big gig, a couple people on the committee changed, and the new people on the committee decide to go in a different direction, and then all of a sudden it's all over and it's all gone. That's kind of what happened today. This is what happens when you're self-employed, but the truth is that this year is already booked up more heavily than I've ever been booked up for a year at this point in January. I've already had to start turning down engagements for different parts of this year because I was already totally booked up, so can't complain too much, but just wanted to let you guys know that even when you've made it, even when you're successful, if you're trying to make it as a magician or a comedian or an artist or a self-employed entertainer, starting your own business, starting your own restaurant, I don't know, whatever you're doing, if you're trying to create something from scratch with your own two hands, not every day is easy. Most days aren't. The longer you're in it, the more successful you are, the more infrequently you have bad days. But as I mentioned recently, more success means more stress. More success means more stress. See, I did say that. The more successful you are, when you have a string of bad things, or when you have a couple of failures, or a few gigs don't go through, they tend to be much higher stakes that fall through. So when you have failures, the failures feel a lot more crippling than when you're just getting started, and that's kind of a catch-22 there. So, is that a catch-22? I don't think that's a catch-22, but I don't remember really what I just said. So you guys will tell me in the comments if what I just said was correct and a catch-22. Otherwise, be like, hey, you're wrong. And so on a lot of days when I feel a little bummed and business isn't quite going the way I wanted it to do, you know what I do? I plug in, I turn it up, and I play guitar. The damn guitar that I wanted to play is out of tune because I haven't been playing this one much this winter, and because I have this crazy system built into it. It's called a Floyd Rose, for those of you who don't know guitar. It requires me to go find one of these Allen wrenches to go tune it, so I just had to go dig through my storage unit because I didn't have an Allen wrench sitting out, and now I gotta do this whole process, and I just wanted to plug in and jam for a few minutes, and that is the kind of day or week that I've been having recently. So, give me a second.